The Kagama is back. It's better than ever. Let's check out a few things that I did to it, and then we're gonna go take it out for a bash. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Do me a favor real quick. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Totally free of charge. No obligation to do either. Also have you some links down below, some discounts, and some affiliate links which help me buy this stuff. So check it out. First off, I put some foam here in the body where it was rubbing just a little bit, and then this should also help kind of tighten it up. Oh, we got a little bit of rubbing there. All right, I'll fix that before we head out. Let's check it out. Got the new shock cap and bolt installed. Literally took like maybe 2 minutes, and I'll tell you some stuff that I talked about with the guys at RCAWD when we're out there. The ESC, we got it programmed. I lowered the punch down. I believe it's now at 2. Yeah, it was at 3. I think there's only 5 settings, so it's now at 2, and I increased the voltage to the servo. Also here in the receiver box is a new Spectrum receiver, the SPM SR215. It's just a 2-channel, very affordable receiver. No AVC, anything. It's just a 2-channel, but it does have an output here, as you can see, for this beautiful fan. Check it out. There you go. It's by DK. And if you're interested, link is in my description down below, and I'll show you something really cool with this one when we wrap this up. But I was going to change out the radio anyhow. It just makes life easy when you have so many RCs to have 1 or 2 radios and not 15, because every manufacturer has their own thing. Now check this out. I might be the only Kagama with this. Check it out. Wheelie bar. Doesn't fit 100%. It took a little tweaking to the bracket down here, and then right here these screw holes didn't line up, but it's okay. We got it. We got it. And that should help now protect that wing, because look at that. Personally, I think it should have that. I was a little worried. I thought it wouldn't look good. I think it looks good. So anyhow, let's check this out, man. You guys gotta see this fan. I changed its colors. How cool is that? And man, it moves some air. I could feel it like here. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do with it changing colors underneath. Maybe it'll look cool at night. I don't know, but look at that. All right, everyone. She's ready. Let's go run. I apologize for the wind. I gotta get this filmed. I've already been waiting a few days, and I don't think there's any end in sight to this wind. And you know what? I turned the punch down to 1, and look, it still do a standing backflip with the wheelie bar. With the wheelie bar on there. Wow. This thing is just, oh no. Where does, oh, here it is. Thankfully. Man, I was just trying, I didn't realize I was gonna do that. I was just gonna go like that and show you how it's still friggin' wheelies. Now it wants to calm down. All right, we're gonna go a little slow and I gotta, see, that was the nice thing with the BMX part, because I could go in there and I started hitting small jumps first. And then I moved on to the bigger stuff, which granted, I could move this ramp down, and maybe I need to, but Ah, there we go. No input whatsoever. It just... Okay, it's responding. I don't think it's as touchy. Maybe it's the remote. Oh no, that was me. That was me. I'll tell you what though, man, having the wheelie bar is nice. Ah, yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah, way more controllable. Ha ha ha. All right. So I want to show you guys something. This car has what's called the Ackerman steering. Look at how far that inner wheel turns. And the concept of this is like when you're in a turn, this wheel stays straight. So the forces, it's supposed to handle better. And this, the inside wheel is what makes it turn. So when this thing crashed and the wheel was turned all the way, I mean, look at how far that turns. So, you know, you gotta take that into consideration, the landing that it had. Ah. Man, this thing jumps. Shit. This thing is just an animal on 6. Yeah, I think that the name Kagama just means untamable. This reminds me of the XRT with the damn big block in it. There we go. All right, man. I didn't feel like I was lined up very good for that. There we go. I tell you, these tires have some grip. Ooh, well, that was an accidental backflip. But man, it did it. It did it, no problem that time. Unlike when I tried it on 4S. All right, one more here. I'm gonna try to jump the valley over there, and then we're gonna go take this to another place, do some like dirt off-roading. Well, I want to kind of hit this thing fast, practice for over there. And fortunately on the last video, you know, even though I broke this thing the first time out, people were still pretty supportive of everything. There were a couple people, oh, I can handle the power. You know, that's why I like having multiple RCs, and this is why I wanted to reach out to other companies, because they all handle and work differently. You know, if they all did the same thing, it would be kind of boring, right? Whew. So, what do we think? I think we're ready to try. I think one of the fatal mistakes I made last time was I tried it further down there, and it's not as tall as like right here, so. Oh, well, I made it. I don't know why I just hit the throttle like that, but. Oh, yeah. I knew she could do it. I knew it. Oh, my, knocked my balance lead out. Let's... 127, man. We've been running this thing pretty hard too. 127. Yeah. See ESC temp 119. Batteries at 98. Yeah, 124 now. So 125. It's a bit warmer today too, believe it or not. And been running it pretty hard, and it's on 6S. I think last time when I did that temple, but yeah, because I did it over here, I was already on 4S. So all right, I'm gonna button this thing up, and then I'll go see you out there in the forest. See, this is where I wanted to get to last time. Oh man, this thing is mental out here. Oh wow. And yeah, we are on 6S. I love the way it drifts on the concrete. Love it, man, love it. You know, it's really hard to sometimes you just pick up a car and expect to jump and do all kinds of stuff, and for it to come out good, you don't have any experience with said vehicle. This thing is a powerhouse. See, in the grass, these tires are a little too much, but out here, yeah, they're doing great. They're sliding. Oh, that's nice. Oh no, I think we're starting to lose battery. Oh yeah, there it goes. Oh no, dang, there goes the fun. Well, what a beast, what a beast. Due to the wind and everything, we'll just, and the battery's gone, we'll wrap it up at the house. See you at the bench. The Kagama, what a day, what a fun day after running this RC. Redemption for me, redemption for the car, maybe both, I don't know, but man, totally different outcome this time. I'm totally happy with this car. The wing, now that was my fault. So when you do the wheelie bar, they give you 2 round discs and some different screws to put in here. Or maybe I can't remember. But there's 2 round discs, and it's thinner than this piece, which I didn't want to put in because there's already like a wear mark from this. Plus I like that it says Team Crowley, those round discs. So basically down here, this wing, the wheelie bar mount, there's a bolt in there that these screws are supposed to engage. This one probably barely engaged it. This one was luckily in there enough. So think about all the times this thing flipped and bounced on the wing with only one bolt holding it barely in there, and it stayed put. Now granted, from the factory, it is disappointing that these mounts that come from the factory, that are so thin that they pop off. Talking to them, they said, you know, newer cars should have a redesigned mount, so that is good. You know, they do listen. That it would have been nice if it had been fixed a bit sooner. But other than that, man, just great. Also too, the wheelie bar, I guess I can see the point. Maybe some bashers don't want it, but I'd rather it come on the car and take it off if you didn't want it. But that is stout. That is probably the strongest wheelie bar I've ever seen. So I like having it on there. It's definitely, you know, some good protection for the wing and everything else. But man, the car, let's talk about this. So nice thing is when you're dealing with the people that actually build the car and design it, you get some insight as to what they do. So we were talking about the bolt, and two, this is my fault. I didn't really notice, like, my Typhon uses the same setup, even the sledge, although the sledge is covered, so it kind of makes it hard to see. But he said, you look at this point, this part here is like a fuse. He said they could put a bigger bolt in there, they could titanium or whatever, but then you had the problem if that part's so strong, something else is going to break. You're going to end up mangling the shock, or even worse, bending the shock tower, and your day is done. They have it set up to where, you know, at least provided if you have the parts on hand, which gets some of these bolts, because these pins don't come with them, and when this breaks, you're losing that. But anyhow, it's designed to break, and like I said, real quick, throw a bolt in, boom, and boom, you know, you're done, you're on your way, you're out there bashing again. Where if you bend the shock tower or break your shock, game over, that's it, day is done. So it's kind of cool to hear that and figure out what their reasoning is behind that. Oh, it looks like my battery tray is under this mount somehow. That's weird. Take a look at that later. So the servo, this run, I didn't have any problems with the uncommanded left-hand turn. Maybe it's the radio, I don't know. I did also turn the voltage up on the servo, so I asked them why they didn't do that from the factory, and it's just basically longevity of parts. That when they build these, they have to hit that balance of quality parts but not going overboard on the price. Where are you going to focus your money on? So for them, they focus their money on the precision engineering of the gears, the differential, the spring metal, the design and strength of the control arms, things like that, because electronics are easy to replace, and people most likely going to change them anyhow, which is why they offer the rollers, so you can custom it to the way you want it. So the electronics, like I said, the servo is decent, not the best, but most people will upgrade that anyhow. So, but running the higher voltage and the different radio, one or the other, I didn't have any uncommanded turns. Even on the backflip I didn't have the wheels turn. So, and even he said the radios are very personal, and I understand it for racers. You know, you want to get dialed in and have that control. And yeah, I do get used to the way the DX5 responds. I have most of my cars, except for the Traxxas, bound to it. So maybe that helped. When I hit the jump, it was a little bit more familiar on how it grabbed, but this thing still comes on strong. You hit a certain point, and man, it's just full power. It is a beast. It's definitely not like a beginner car. This thing has some serious power, and it's fun. That's what I want. I don't want the same car over and over again. Like I said, I've seen people complain, they buy a car, it doesn't backflip, it doesn't do this. Not every car is a basher. Not every car is a street racer. Not every car is a dirt track, an oval car. You know, every car is different. You got to know what you're buying. If you want to hit big jumps and bash, then yeah, this is definitely for you. If you want to do speed runs and you want something low to the ground, no, you don't buy this. If you want something pretty tame, don't buy this, because this thing is very fast, very powerful. Now, if you want to live and you want some excitement, you want something that's going to pull hard, jump, this is it. Because this thing has some power. This thing it backflips so easy. It's so easy. You could just spin this thing in the air. It is wild. It does, you know, for me, it took a little bit to get used to how sensitive everything is, but, you know, you just got to spend time. I didn't jump into a jet right away. I started out with smaller planes, and, you know, even the jet's still a little touchy for me, because it's way faster than any of my other planes. So you're coming in faster, it turns faster, everything's happening at a much greater speed. I mean, picture like if everything you did with your RC car, you couldn't drop it below 20 miles an hour, and you were expected to do everything that fast. It's like flying a jet. It's a different world. But good run. Very happy with the car. Very powerful, very quick, you know. So I'm not sure. I might change out the ESC to calm down that sudden throttle power. I might just change that just to see the difference in how this car reacts. But I'm gonna have this thing for a long time. We're gonna have a lot more videos with this car. The fan, yeah, I'm happy with that thing. Little on the loud side, but you know, a good fan is. Definitely, you know, it was a pretty warm day, and our temps were pretty good. But yeah, like another thing too with the ESC, I might change it out to get something where I'll have more telemetry. I can read my battery voltages and stuff like that. I might even put an AVC receiver in here to help with this thing in the dirt, because it is wild. I don't know, might just leave it the way it is. But yeah, we'll have a whole lot more content with this. This thing is a beast. It is fun. Hope you enjoyed the video series of the Kagama so far. Check out the links down below if you care to help the channel, get you some discounts and all that stuff. Don't forget, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, leave a comment. It helps out tremendously. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on next.